into your reading. This is going to be a general message for you guys, for anyone who relates with the Gemini energy. You could be a Gemini sun, moon, rising, or just overall feel connected to the Gemini reading today. Hopefully you find a message in here for you guys. So we start off with some oracle cards just to get a general sense of what we're dealing with today in your reading. And then we'll go into tarot and go into more specific and details. These readings take about 30 to 45 minutes. So you can fast forward, I don't know, depending on your liking. So we have the card of the Gemini here. We're going to pull some oracle from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. I didn't really have a lot of time to be very particular with the decks. Just I haven't read in 2 weeks or something. So I'm just going with whatever was here. All right. Gemini. What is it for the Gemini? I was getting things about pharaohs or statues, old time or ancient wise type of energy. I was also getting something about a person. This could be you or someone else who is peeking in or about to show up, they're on their way. Okay, so I don't know what this means, but it feels like they're bringing something. Yeah, they're a little behind. I don't know what that means. I don't know if this means behind in timing, or they're not caught up with the times or the situation, or they're not in the know. So behind in that way, but I'm also getting behind something physically. Okay, there's someone behind a door, behind a wall, behind a window, So I don't know what this means. All right, what's coming through for the Gemini, please? Let's get an oracle card. Gemini. All right, choice. Okay, so we're dealing with options here. Also pulling from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. Goddess of Psychic Protection. Yeah, I mean, whoever it is that's coming your way, how can I say this? In the vision, in the mind's eye, it feels like a stranger, right? So anytime you're dealing with a stranger type of energy, it's okay, be cautious, don't be so open. But because they're behind something, for some of you, this could be this energy, this entity. It could be a physical manifestation of a person or an energy. But they are behind the veil. Okay, so they could be coming through in psychic ways and energetic ways. It says, what you believe you create, no one can harm you. So I don't know if you are a little paranoid, if you have this weird inner gut feeling that something is off, something's not right. Maybe you're dealing with another person and you just can't gauge it, or you can't pinpoint what it is that you feel about them. If you feel like you have been up against it lately, right? Just things are just more difficult, more challenging. Nothing is running smoothly. You want to think about the fact that maybe there is an energetic interference in some way, somehow. So this could be literal, purposeful, where somebody is literally projecting some energy toward you or intent toward you. Or it could just be the fact that maybe somebody is really, really thinking about you so much, thinking about a situation that maybe you're involved in so much that energy is starting to feed into your vibe, your frequency, your energetic field. But you may be also thinking a lot about something right now, obviously with the choice card here. Okay, so I don't know if you're coming to these types of readings so you can get more insight and clarity, which this is exactly the place for. But it's on your mind heavily. Okay, whatever this is, something is on your mind, and it is definitely creating an energetic tension, right? Like it's starting to become dense. It's not very flowy. It's not very free. It's not very clean. So as within, so without, clean your house, clean your room, clean your car, clean your office, like whatever it is, start to purge, start to remove toxins from your physical body, so that way it can start to trickle into the energetic field as well, and you can clean up some of this energy. Once that happens, you can start to see clearly now, and the answers that you seek, the direction that you seek, will start to come in more readily. Okay, so everything coincides with one another, right? When it comes to the energetic internal as well as the external energy as well. Okay, let's start to pull some tarot here. Gemini, what is it for their personal energy for the Gemini, please? Mind, heart, body, soul. What is in the personal energy for the Gemini that I'm reading for today? Ooh, beautiful. Home, relationships, union, happiness on the mind at this point for the Gemini. Coming together with someone for sure. I'm getting like a lot of outside work in the home. Ooh, look at all that yellow, all that happiness. All right. Got some blue with the moon. It's okay. So the moon can signify this spiritual energy that we were discussing a little while ago. You definitely feel that something is coming, something is up, something is unknown, something is not seen, right? So it's like with the moon energy, it's about the stuff that is not obvious. Okay, so you're trying to cipher through and figure something out here as it relates to the uncertain, the unseen, the stuff that isn't known, whatever it is that isn't said. So this could be you or somebody else who isn't saying something, right? The moon also has to do with our psychological state. Okay, so is there a little bit of an imbalance here? Is there a chemical imbalance? Is there some depression? Is there a blockage of some sort? You know, how do you think about this situation? What are your belief systems about this situation that has to do with your ability to create a peaceful, wonderful, loving home environment, family environment, a union that is with light and brightness and happiness, right? And hope I'm getting. So can you do that? Are you capable here? Mentally capable? You know, have you been able to break through your walls and your defense mechanisms and, you know, be vulnerable and open up about who you really are and what your intentions truly are here? Can you say that with confidence, without a blockage in your throat, without feeling embarrassed, without, you know, holding it back because you fear the reaction of somebody, right? Sometimes because of our traumas and our experiences, when it's time to be open with a person, it's hard for us to really get these words out and really communicate and articulate our true thoughts and true intentions because we fear the reaction of the other person. Because we have been let down, we have been made fun of, we have been ridiculed, or we have been, you know, maybe somebody in your past has not felt the same, right? Maybe you were brave once and really poured your heart out to somebody, but they didn't reciprocate and they didn't feel the same way. So now you have this blockage and this defense, this wall when it comes to being vulnerable because you fear the reaction. I don't know where that's all coming from, but that's what I'm getting with this personal energy here. But you have every intention of creating this harmonious, beautiful life, whether that's alone, right, in your environment, beautifying it, living in the ideal home, living in the ideal city, you know, in the area of the country or of the planet here, right? Like the goal of what life looks like for you, right? The best life for you. Can you make it happen? Can it be done? You are not sure because of certain psychological blockages. This could also go into like self-esteem stuff, self-worth, self-love. Do you deserve it? You know, do you sabotage these things before? Have you done that before? Right? So maybe just sitting with yourself and doing a lot of internal retrospective, recollective, I don't know, work, you know, to try to get to the bottom of some of these answers. In your environment, you're dealing with a King of Swords, male or female. It looks like you want to go toward this yellow energy, this beautiful energy, but the uncertainty of a situation is definitely preventing you from taking that leap. Speaking of leap, how is this even possible? Leap, literally the Fool. Like, we are on the right track here. There's a chance, an opportunity to start something with a person. Oh, wow. Do you see that? Okay. A new start between two people here. Something with this person on this side, the Queen of Swords, needs to come down. Something needs to end in order for this new thing to happen, for this union, this partnership, whether it be in a love capacity or business partnership, you know, just two people trying to get along and start a new cycle in their relationship in some way. I don't know. But a collapse needs to happen in order for this new Fool energy to take place. And the choice to do that, you know, should I, shouldn't I, is coming up really strongly here. I just got this deck. It's called Supernova Tarot. It's super cool. It's very different. It would typically not be my style, but as I work with it more and more, it's like completely my style. I don't know how to explain it. All right, let's see. We're gonna go into more detail and figure this out. Actually, I wanted to get a little bit more information about the King and the Queen here. Gotta do the wise thing. All right. That's what I was getting with these statues in my head, right? It was like the wisdom of the ancients, and maybe it's not that dramatic and not that deep, quote unquote, but it's like, what is the wise thing to do? You know, do you usually go for the spontaneous? Do you usually go for the destructive, for the thing that makes you feel alive, your perception of alive, but it still makes you feel alive, compared to the safe thing? Anyway, 9 of Wands. Okay, yeah, there is definitely some blockages here and some walls up with the King of Swords, male or female. A lot of thinking I'm getting here with the King of Swords. It feels very much like I'm not going to go down this road again. Okay, so I don't know if this is like the same person that you went down a road with once, or if it's completely different. Weighing your options. If I do this, then what is the result? If I don't do this, then what is the result, right? Like trying to balance this thing out, see what like doing a pros and cons list or something. For some of you, yeah, you definitely have been in a cycle with this person before. The Hermit. Yeah, saying to yourself, this king is really quiet. What about the Queen, male or female? It's harder for the king to budge in this case. Page of Cups, this Queen is coming through. Probably using his or her ability of word to articulate and to express certain feelings. Two pages. Four of Pentacles, Queen, male or female, wants what they want. They're very stubborn about it. It's making me feel like when a child is stubborn and they're like, no, I want it. Right? Like that. Guess because of the pages and how they're coming through. This person on this side is new at something. They're not an expert so much as at expressing their feelings, but they're trying because they're scared of losing something that they value very strongly. So they're trying to also be gentle. And I don't think that this person is very gentle usually. They're trying to be funny and quirky and childlike and free. They're stepping out of their comfort zone for sure. Not as serious as normal. They're trying to lighten the load. They're trying to lighten up the energy where it was once very serious and dense of a feeling, especially with this king, male or female, with the walls up, you know, secluded to themselves. You're probably, whoever this is probably like very short with the other person, doesn't express so much, isn't saying a lot. So this other person is trying to ease their way in and make this situation feel lighter, not as serious, even though it's a serious situation. Okay, clarify the moon, please. Three of Pentacles. Temperance. I felt that. Ace of Cups. The unknown, the thing that is uncertain, that you're not able to really get a grasp of, is the fact that you want to come into union and it's like you don't know how to build something solid with this person. You have a feeling of it's spark of an emotion here. It's like this thing, what I was saying earlier. What was I saying earlier about this other person coming? And it's like they're behind on something. And maybe they're behind on intellect. Maybe they're younger than you, less experienced. They're not caught up. But what was I getting with that? It's like they're coming, but you are still cautious because it's strange. Something is strange about how they're coming at you, about how they're something strange about how they're acting. That's what it is. They don't usually act like this, the way I was saying, right? Like lightening the load and making things light. Either they don't act like that usually, or you are not used to dealing with people like them. But there's an intrigue, there's a curiosity, there's a spark, there's a little bit of an emotion, there's interest. And it's like, how do I, what's the word? I can't even, what is this? Like, how can we be compatible? How can I compromise? How can I work with this person, get through to this person? You know, how can we get onto the same level in some way? Because there's interest and something is telling you, whether literally or spiritually, that you should pay attention to this person right now, that you should give them the time of day right now. And you don't understand, like, why. Okay. Go into more detail here. Oh, of course. The Fool. What else? So this could also be a breakdown of the next 30 days for you. So we're starting off like brand new. Having the courage to do something, to, oh no, these cards are already all bent. Having the courage to take this leap of faith in some way. Yeah. This, for the majority of you, of course, this has to do with a new love interest. Oh my God. There's a lot of passion there. I'm telling you, like, something is there. And maybe you're just not used to dealing with this type of person. You know, like maybe this person isn't your type normally, or like you, if this, because I do think that for a small portion of you, you've already had a cycle with this person. So it's like they're coming through different, and you can't really pinpoint it, but you kind of like it, but then you kind of don't because you're not used to it. A lot of emotional connection, passion, intensity, magnetism. Maybe some of you are trying to like hold back and not go so hard into this person. You're enjoying it for sure, but it's not like you're trying not to do the high school thing, or not to do like what your 20-year-old self would do, and, you know, just go all in and too quick and too hot and heavy for it to just fizzle out so quickly as well. Two of Swords. So you are definitely second guessing yourself here. Like, you don't have all of the information. And why don't you? Okay. Why don't you have the information that you're looking for? Is it because you're scared to ask, or are they not telling? You're scared to ask because before, when you would try to get to know people, they lie. Right? You don't want to know the truth. The truth hurts. You don't want to get to know them. You want to know them on a surface level, because getting too deep, falling for them, getting to know them, getting attached, it hurts. Getting to know like their life story or whatever. Like maybe you want to like save them or be there for them or something, and it's just, you just want to keep your distance. You want to stay detached. The Emperor. You want to stay in control. Somebody wants to stay in control. Yeah, it's a lot of like, hold on. Wait a minute. Probably texting. A lot of like late night talks or late night thinking, at least. Trying to control this heart of yours that is probably beaten up. I'm also getting, for some of you, you're not ready for this, or you say to yourself you're not ready for something, but it's here. Something's here. You also have an opportunity to be in control of a situation. So this could be like a work thing. It's like putting all of your focus on your job or on your work or something like that, because you're trying to get away from the pain. But this passionate conversation, interaction, whatever it is, it's just on your mind, you know, and you have the opportunity to take it. You can do something with this. You can. But do you want to? Because you're broken. Right? Like, it's like it's, how can I explain the person that I'm picking up on? Like this person, whoever you are, it's like you've led a life of amazing relationships, all kinds of, and you have the ability to be seductive and dynamic and charismatic and sexy and right, like it's this energy of like you have been around the block, you know how to handle these interactions for like literally you're a Gemini, right? So you can do this, you can do this with ease, you can do this with class, you do this like, you know, just really beautifully, you know. And so it's like, you know that with this person, you can just snap a finger and have them around it, right? Like wrapped around your finger. You know, you know how to do all this, right? You can do this behind, like this is a process that you could do with your eyes closed, you know? It's a fail-proof process of how to date, get to know somebody, I don't know. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It could just be like building a relationship with someone in some way. And so you know that you can do it, right? Like the person is there for your taking, but you are broken. You it's like, I know I can have this person. I just don't want to, but then you do. You know, does that make sense? It's like somebody that has this level of confidence because you've come from some sort of experience and you've done this time and time again. So it's like playing the cool girl, playing the cool guy, the detached, you know, trying to hold back. And if it's not you that's holding back, it's definitely somebody that is. Queen of Wands, exactly. Can't even. One more. Two of Pentacles again. Should I or shouldn't I? What should you do? You want to go toward your heart's desire, right? Like the thing that you want most. You can get it here with the Magician. You have all the magnetism that is necessary to attract this thing, to have it. It feels very strongly like you can have it if you want it. But there's something here, you know, that is just blocking it and preventing. What to do, you don't know. You're back and forth. I don't know. Do we want clarifiers? What is the Two of Swords? And this person here can also be like, hello, like, I'm right here. You know, maybe they're just a little too persistent or a little too in your face, a little too intimidating. Maybe they're grand, like they're a big person, you know, energetically. For some of you, you're literally scared of death. Or you've been through loss. You are in a never-ending death, rebirth, transformative moment. You feel like it feels like it's never ending. You are constantly in it. It's like being in a loop. It feels like a loop. And this is also a loop. Like you've done this before, and whether it's the same person or a new person, just the same situation, it feels very like that. And it's like, I cannot get out of this. Why do I put myself in these situations? How do I get myself here? How do I end this cycle? How do I end my suffering? How can I take control back of my heart? How can I get out of this world? Sorry to laugh, but it feels like that, like, oh, like get me out of this mental prison, you know, like somebody is speaking this way. You need to get out of that with the Four of Swords here. It's like, get like the meditation, the release, the breath work, getting away physically, moving physically, like going somewhere. A lot of mental activity happening that is just playing this pain cycle over. Maybe you're replaying the moment that you went through this loss. Maybe you're replaying the painful moment. And somebody has a hold of you. Somebody has control. This energy, this cycle, this mental memory has control over you. But this is not all you are. Because, for one, you are a Gemini. And that is not you, you know. You can get out of this and move on to the next thing. Like, that's your strength. Your gift that the universe bestowed upon you is your ability to remain detached and to see life from a bigger scale and know that no person is meant to be forever, right? There's so much to learn, so much to do, so many people to meet, so much to feel, so much to experience. You don't just stay in one place forever. Eight of Cups, Magician. Yeah, well, we know that you're trying to go somewhere with this. Queen of Wands, Two of Pentacles. It's just this pain, this suffering, the internal conflict. Ten of Swords again. Scared of loss, scared of failure, scared of death. Two of Pentacles again. Seven of Cups. Do it differently. That's the answer. That's what you need to know. Okay, whatever it is, do it different. Here with the Seven of Cups, the ideas, the daydreaming, it could all be so easily attainable, right? Like all of the different varieties of direction that you can take to accomplish this thing and acquire this thing. Do the different thing. I'm feeling that strongly. Don't do what you would normally do. Don't pick what you would normally pick. And then it's also like, but is this all there is? Like, what if I miss out on something else? I'm also getting something with the grass is greener. Grass is greener. Is it though? It's just different. You know, I don't know. Okay, well, this is your reading. It was a spontaneous moment. I wasn't planning on reading today, so for a reason I did, and I hope that you got something out of it. Good luck with this whole situation. Hope you got some insight here. Click the like button if you did. Subscribe to the channel. If you want a personal reading, they're exactly this way, exactly this layout, just of course directed and targeted to you specifically. My email address is in the description of the video if you'd like a one-on-one. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.